Taste the lean meat, bite down on the tender underbelly and feel the aroma of the turkey. Whether you want it roasted, fried, or marinated, it still delivers the amazing taste that makes your mouth water. Yummy! Whether it's the broad-breasted bronze or the white or the exotic species, turkey always tastes good. And the market demand for turkey meat grows annually, so commercial farmers have been quick to supply to growing consumer demand worldwide. How are turkeys reared and processed in the best conditions for human consumption? How long does it take from hatching to full maturity? Join us as we take a look at the modern facilities that make it possible for millions of turkeys to be processed just in time for dinner. Because turkey meat is the leanest, people favor it. Turkey meat has 24% protein, 6.6% fat, and 162 calories per 100 gram of meat. There are minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, selenium, and zinc. In addition, it is abundant in vitamins including niacin, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12. It has a low cholesterol content and is high in essential fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids. According to a market analysis, a male turkey sold at 24 weeks old weighing 10 to 20 kilograms with a cost of 300 to 450 rupees will generate a profit of 500 to 600 rupees. Similar to a male, a female will yield a profit of 300 to 400 rupees over the course of 24 weeks. Additionally, the turkey can be raised in semi- and scavenging settings. The turkey will begin laying beginning in the 31st week of age, and its gestation period will last for 24 weeks. Under the right management of artificial lighting and nutrition, turkey hens can produce 60 to 100 eggs annually, and it's usually in the afternoon when around 70% of the eggs will be deposited. The colored turkey eggs weigh about 85 grams. It has a hard shell and is prominently pointed at one end. The incubation period of the eggs lasts for 28 days. The state-of-the-art turkey incubator can accommodate tens of thousands of eggs. The eggs should be flipped once every hour on a daily basis in order to improve hatchability and avoid soiling and breakage. The eggs should be culled frequently. The brooding stage in turkey lasts for 0 to 4 weeks, but during the winter, the brooding stage might last up to 5 or 6 weeks. As a general rule, young turkeys require twice the amount of hover area as young chickens. You can use infrared bulbs, gas brooders, as well as conventional brooding systems for brooding day-old chicks. But the first 4 weeks of life have an average death rate of 6 to 10%. Because of their poor vision and anxiety in the first few days of life, infants are naturally reluctant to eat and drink. They must therefore be fed by force. One of the main causes of young children's early mortality is the starvation problem. Therefore, care should be made when providing feed and water to young turkeys. Milk should be force-fed at a rate of 100 milliliters per liter of water. And up to 15 days, one boiled egg must be given for every 10 infants. This will cover the little one's needs for protein and calories. By lightly tapping the container with your fingers, you can draw young animals to the feed. Young animals will be drawn to feeders and waterers that have colored marbles or pebbles in them. Given that turkeys enjoy greens, adding some chopped green leaves to the feed will increase feed consumption. Additionally, colorful egg fillers can be used as feeders for the first 2 days, and they can be reared by 2 systems, the intensive and free-range systems. Turkey rearing systems. In the free-range technique, we may raise 200 to 250 adult turkeys on 1 acre of fenced area. During the night, 3 to 4 square feet of shelter should be offered per bird. During scavenging, they should be shielded from predators. It is advisable to plant trees to create shade and a cooler environment. And rotating the range will help to lower the likelihood of parasite invasion. As for the free-range system, because turkeys are excellent scavengers, They can eat termites, earthworms, tiny insects, snails, kitchen scraps, and other high-protein sources, which will cut the cost of their food by half. In addition to this, it is possible to feed leguminous fodder such as lucerne, desmanthus, stylo, etc. Free-ranging birds should get supplemental calcium in the form of oyster shells at a rate of 250 grams per week per bird to prevent leg weakness and lameness. A combination of both systems is a perfect farming model to avoid diseases in turkey. Since they are quite vulnerable to both internal and external parasites like roundworms and fowl mites, respectively, deworming and dipping should be done once a month to boost the growth of the birds. The comfort of housing shields turkeys from the sun, rain, wind, and predators. The long axis of the house should run from east to west in hotter regions of the nation. Juvenile stock home should be at least 50 to 100 meters away from the adult house, and there should be at least 20 meters between each house. The open house's width should be greater than 9 meters. From floor to roof, a house's height might range from 2.6 to 3.3 meters. In order to prevent the splashing of rainwater, a 1 meter overhang should be included. The flooring in the homes should be inexpensive, safe, and moisture-proof, preferably concrete. The overall management requirements for raising turkeys in a deep litter system are similar to those for raising chickens, but it's important to make sure there's enough room for the huge bird on the floor, waterer, and feeder. Turkey rearing should be done with caution. That's because turkeys typically have neurotic dispositions, so they become anxious at every stage. Therefore, access to guests to turkeys' home should be limited. And in order to prevent feather picking and cannibalism, young animals should be debeaked. At 1 day old or 3 to 5 weeks old, debeaking can be performed. Remove the beak at about half the way from the nose to the tip of the beak. Snooding. To avoid head injuries from picking and fighting, the snood or dewbill, that fleshy protuberance dangling around the base of the beak, should also be removed. The snood can be removed at the day-old stage with finger pressure. Sharp scissors can be used to trim it off about 3 weeks old, just above the head. Another important measure to take is toe clipping. When a toe is just a day old, clipping is performed by removing the entire toenail and the toe tip just inside the outermost toe pad. That's how you make sure the turkeys remain in perfect condition before they mature for slaughter. But when compared to chicken, turkeys have higher requirements for calories, protein, vitamins, and minerals. The two sexes must be raised separately for better results because their protein and energy needs are different. Instead of putting food on the ground, feeders should be used, and when switching from one diet to another, it's best to do so gradually. Turkeys need a steady supply of clean water at all times, so during the summer, increase the number of waterers. It would be best to do so in the evening when it's cooler. The farm should be equipped with a ventilation fan and an adjustable temperature control system. The floor bedding should be a pre-prepared substrate with good water permeability to prevent sogginess and contamination of the birds. It's important because there are a number of diseases that commonly attack turkeys and many other poultry birds, some of which are arizonosis, fowl cholera, fowl pox, and blue comb disease. Arizonosis is caused by Salmonella arizona, symptoms of which are eye opacity and eventually blindness. The chicks are susceptible to this disease at 3 to 4 weeks. If you ever see a turkey with purplish head, know that it's fowl cholera caused by Pasteurella multocida. All that can be done is dispose of the dead birds and clean the place up properly. That's why it's important to have high hygienic standards when rearing poultry for commercial purposes. This is why young turkey chicks would have to be vaccinated so their chances of surviving childhood increases massively. As you already know, it's best for a commercial farm to have as many turkeys as possible develop into full maturity and even mate to produce a new generation of turkeys. And since turkeys mate seasonally, artificial insemination should be practiced. especially since the benefit of artificial insemination is that the flock of turkeys maintain high fertility all season long. Their weight on harvesting should be between 12 to 20 kilos. At this point, cages are loaded with live turkeys and taken out in a forklift. The birds are stunned, hanged upside down, and placed in a jacuzzi of hot water. This makes the feathers easy to pull without peeling off the skin. The tail feather puller removes the tail feathers and a jet of clean water rinses the turkeys. The hawk feathers are pulled off and now the turkeys are completely featherless. The legs are cut off from the scales down and the turkeys are supplied to the evisceration line. You might want to close your eyes for this one. The Thor eviscerator tears open the turkey's gut and the cropper forces out the innards. The inside-outside washer does just that, and the tail cutter removes the tail in a clean slice. Now the turkeys are loaded to the butcher room where the meat is sized according to the consumer requirements and packaged for sale.
If you're enjoying this video, please leave a like and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our videos.